Let's get into these November 8th NHL bets. The NBA, there's nothing on the docket tonight for the NBA, so it's going to be all NHL today. And let's get right into it with JT Miller over 2.5 shots on goal at plus 110 on DraftKings. The Ottawa Senators have allowed 11 of 14 forwards on the first line to hit this total. That's where JT's going to be playing at. And the Senators give up the third most shots against through 65 on 5 in the last 5 games with 40.3 shots per game. The books have this total at over 6.5. There's going to be a lot of goals, a lot of opportunity for goals. So I think JT, he's going to hit this one. He's hit it in 3 of his last 4 games. I like the juice at plus 110. I just like it. I like the 40.3 shots per game that Ottawa's given up. So give me JT Miller over 2.5 shots on goal at plus 110 on DraftKings. Let's get to a money line pick. The New Jersey Devils at negative 115 on BetMGM money line against the Calgary Flames. This one to me is kind of crazy. The Devils I've been on a tear, winning 9 of their last 10 games. They have the second best goal allowed through 65 on 5 at 1.44 they're giving up. The Devils, they're 4-2 at home. Calgary's 1-1 on the road this year. The Flames just played last night in Long Island, just played the New York Islanders, went to overtime, lost that one. Jacob Markstrom was in the net, so it's going to probably be Daniel Vladar in the net for the Calgary Flames. To me, I see New Jersey hitting this. I'm not going against a team that has won 9 of their last 10. They have been hot. They have just been feeling it. I feel like negative 115 for a team like this is way too low. Vladar is giving up has a 3.33 GAA. He's 1-2 and an 86.6% save rate. He's not got him above 90 at all this year. Very average goaltending play for Calgary. New Jersey's been on a tear. Give me the Devils, negative 115 on BetMGM. This one is trippy to me. I feel like the books are on drugs with this one. The Flyers are dogs against the St. Louis Blues, who have lost 7 straight games. Yes, that's right. I'm taking the Flyers money line here at plus 110 on DK. This makes no sense because the Blues are playing on a back-to-back. The Flyers have gotten rest. Both teams have been very bad offensively. I understand that. But to me, St. Louis losing 7 straight and they're playing on a back-to-back. I don't understand why the Flyers are at home. I don't get this. You know, in that 7 games for St. Louis, they're averaging 1.07 goal final through 65 on 5, which is the worst in the league. They have the 10th worst shots 4 through 60 at 28.6, and they're giving up the 4th most goals 5 on 5 with 3.6 per game. I think the reason they have St. Louis favored is because it's going to be Husso in the net, who has been 5-2 this year. He's been really, really good for St. Louis. He's been better than Jordan Binnington, honestly. He's also has a 1.85 GAA. So I think that's why they're favoring St. Louis. Even still, though, let's look at the goalie on the other end for the Philadelphia Flyers. Let's take a look at Carter Hart. He has been a beast, 6-0-2 in his this season with a 2.0 GAA, which is 4th best in the NHL, and also has a 94.6% save rate, which is 3rd best in the NHL. But I think the reason this thing it's not really favoring the Flyers is because they suck offensively as well. They've only won 3 of their last 7 games, and they have only scored 1.85 goal final through 60, which is 6th worst. So both these teams not getting above 2 goals per game. It's really nasty. They have the 3rd fewest shots with 25.1. You know, it's just neither of these teams getting the puck in the back of the net, and I think this is going to be one of those games that it's going to be a nasty goal that deflects off 3 dudes' skates and goes into the net, and it's going to be a 1-0 win in overtime. Might even be a shootout win, 1-0, just because both these goaltenders are so solid and both these offenses are such shit. The St. Louis Blues are 1-4 on the road this year. 96% of the money is on the Philadelphia Flyers. 91% of the tickets are also on Philadelphia. I like this at plus 110 just because it's going to be such a who knows type of game. I like Carter Hart. I like the rest that Philadelphia has. I like that they are playing at home. Give me the Flyers here at plus 110 on DK against the shitty St. Louis Blues. And our last pick, Brandon Hagel, an anytime point at negative 130 on DK. He's hit this in 6 of the last 7 games. Edmonton's coming off a back-to-back. Stuart Skinner's going to be in between the pipes for Edmonton. He's given up a 4.5 GAA. And this is why I love this bet so much. It's not that the Oilers are playing off a back-to-back. It's not that Stuart Skinner's in the net. I love this because the Oilers have given up in the last 5 games to the top line alone 23 points. 23 points. Multiple guys had 2 or more points on the top line the last 5 games against Edmonton. Brandon Hagel's playing on the top line tonight. I love this. 23 points in the last 5 games. Giving up points to the top line. I love this. I'm willing to pay the juice at negative 130 for this. I see, you're going to have, it's going to be a good game too. Connor McDavid, Nikita Kucherov, Draisaitl, and Stamkos. I think Hagel gets involved. He's going to get a point. Again, hitting this 6 of his last 7 and what Edmonton's given up to the top line. Pay up the juice for Brandon Hagel at negative 130. My former Blackhawk, man, we miss you. We miss you in Chicago, but I'm going to take that. Brandon Hagel, anytime point, negative 130 on DK. So that's been my NHL bets for this November 8th. This is Booksmart, and I'll talk to you guys later.